Welcome to Once Upon English.
Before the Big Bang, there was nothing. No stars, no space, no time. But if there was truly nothing, then how could everything suddenly appear? What if nothing was never truly nothing? What if the universe didn't begin, but simply changed its form? Today, we're going on a journey beyond the beginning of time to explore the most mysterious question of all. What existed before the Big Bang? A question older than time. For as long as humans have existed, we've looked up at the night sky and wondered where it all came from. Every culture, every civilization has had its own story. In ancient Egypt, people believed the universe rose from a dark, endless ocean. In Hindu mythology, it was said to come from the breath of Vishnu, expanding and collapsing with every inhale and exhale of a god. The Greeks imagined a place called chaos, a void where the first light was born, and for thousands of years that was enough. The universe simply was eternal, infinite, without a beginning. Until one day, modern science dared to ask, what if it did have a beginning? And that question would change everything we thought we knew. The discovery that shook the universe. In the early 1900s, scientists believed the universe was static, unchanging, forever the same. Then came a young scientist named Albert Einstein. His new theory of general relativity showed that space and time were connected, part of one fabric that could stretch, bend, and move. But Einstein himself didn't like the idea that the universe might be expanding. To keep it stable, he added a strange number to his equations, the cosmological constant. Years later, he would call that the biggest mistake of my life. Because in 1929, another astronomer, Edwin Hubble, made a discovery that would prove him wrong. Using a telescope on Mount Wilson, Hubble noticed that distant galaxies were all moving away from us, and the farther they were, the faster they moved. That could only mean one thing. The universe was expanding. And if it's expanding now, that means it must have been smaller in the past. Go back far enough in time and all the galaxies, all the stars, all the atoms, everything would be crushed into one single point of infinite density. That was the beginning of everything, the Big Bang. A universe born in a flash. So what exactly happened during that moment? Picture this. The entire universe, all the energy, space, and time, packed into something smaller than a single atom. Then, for reasons we still don't fully understand, that tiny point exploded in a storm of unimaginable heat and energy. But it wasn't an explosion in space. It was an explosion of space. The universe didn't expand into something, it expanded itself. In the first trillionth of a second, the universe grew from smaller than an atom to larger than a galaxy. This moment is called cosmic inflation. Space itself stretched faster than the speed of light. Time began. The laws of physics, gravity, electromagnetism, the strong and weak nuclear forces, all came into existence. In the first seconds, the universe was a storm of light and particles, quarks, electrons, and photons, colliding in chaos. But as it cooled, matter began to form. The first atoms, the first stars, and billions of years later, us. The forbidden question, What came before? Here's where things get strange. If the Big Bang created time and space, then asking what happened before doesn't make sense. Because before needs time, and time didn't exist yet. It's like asking what's north of the North Pole. There is no north. So, according to Einstein's equations, there was no before. The universe simply began with no cause and no previous moment. But human curiosity doesn't stop there. Scientists and philosophers couldn't accept nothing. Because in physics, true nothingness doesn't exist. Even the emptiest vacuum is filled with invisible energy, particles that appear and disappear in an instant, following the strange rules of quantum mechanics. The quantum foam. According to quantum theory, what we call empty space is actually buzzing with activity. Tiny particles constantly pop in and out of existence, creating a restless sea of energy known as the quantum foam. Some scientists believe our universe began as one of those tiny quantum bubbles, a random fluctuation that suddenly expanded, powered by its own energy. This could mean the Big Bang wasn't the beginning, but a transition. A moment when a tiny bubble of energy became large enough to form an entire universe. In that case, our universe could be just one bubble, among countless others, each with its own laws of physics. A multiverse. The cyclic universe. But maybe, just maybe, this isn't the first time the universe has existed. Some scientists believe in a cyclic model, that the universe expands, then slows down, collapses back in on itself, and explodes again in another Big Bang. This would mean there was a universe before ours, and there could be one after. Each universe leaves behind traces, tiny patterns of energy hidden in the cosmic microwave background, the ancient light that still fills our sky. If this theory is true, then the Big Bang wasn't the birth of everything. It was just one heartbeat in an infinite cosmic rhythm. The string of everything. There's another idea, one that takes us even deeper. The string theory suggests that everything in the universe, matter, energy, even space itself, is made of tiny vibrating strings. And these strings might exist in higher dimensions we can't see. According to one version called M theory, our universe could be a three-dimensional membrane floating in a higher dimensional space. Sometimes, two of these membranes collide, and that collision releases unimaginable energy, creating a new Big Bang. So maybe before our Big Bang, there was another universe, another membrane, that touched ours for a brief, glorious instant. And that single touch created everything we know. When science meets philosophy. At this point, the line between physics and philosophy begins to blur. What does it mean for time to begin? What does before mean if time itself didn't exist? Some thinkers believe that asking what was before the Big Bang is like asking what's outside the universe. The answer might simply be nothing, not even emptiness. Others suggest that the universe didn't begin at all. It's eternal, existing in a way that our minds just can't fully grasp. Maybe time is circular. Maybe cause and effect don't work the way we think. Maybe the Big Bang was not a beginning, but a change in state, like water turning into vapor. The mystery within us. Here's the part most people forget. The atoms in your body were once part of that first explosion. The iron in your blood was made inside ancient stars. You are literally made of the universe, and the universe is made to wonder about itself through you. When you look up at the night sky and ask, what was there before the Big Bang? You are the universe trying to remember its own birth. Maybe that's the purpose of consciousness, to be the universe's mirror, to let it see itself, to let it ask, why am I here? The beauty of not knowing. Maybe there was nothing. Maybe there was everything. Maybe there was something so far beyond our understanding that our language can't even describe it. But one thing is certain, the universe found a way to begin. And somehow, billions of years later, it found a way to create you. A being capable of asking these impossible questions. That, perhaps, is the most beautiful mystery of all. The Big Bang may have created the universe, but curiosity created meaning. So maybe there was no before. Maybe the Big Bang wasn't an explosion in space. It was the very birth of space itself. Time, matter, energy, even the tiniest spark of existence all began in that single unimaginable instant. But the question remains, if there was nothing before time, if there was no space before space, then what is nothing? Could it be that nothing is not empty at all, but full of hidden potential, waiting to awaken again? Some scientists believe the universe expands, collapses, and is reborn in an endless cosmic rhythm. A heartbeat of creation and destruction that never truly ends. Others suggest our universe is just one bubble in an infinite cosmic ocean, where countless other universes rise and fade like waves on the surface of eternity. And then there's the ultimate mystery. Perhaps the universe itself is trying to understand where it came from. Through us. Maybe by asking these questions, we are the universe remembering its own story. If this journey made you pause, made you wonder for just a second about where everything began, then maybe that's the beginning of something new inside you. Thank you for watching till the end. If you enjoyed this trip through time and mystery, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video, because curiosity deserves to be contagious. Let's keep asking the impossible questions together.